I am now going to show you 2 ways that you could write your conclusion to your non-chronological report. So let's start with our Year 5 mythical creatures. This is the Gatodon, but the way that I've concluded this could equally apply to your hybrid creature if you're in Year 6. So really simple ending, shows we can use subheading, shows we can use bullet points, a couple of did you know facts. So here I've put the Gatodon is known as King of the Mountains due to its lion-like mane, and its one weakness is a deadly allergy to mouse saliva. It must avoid mice when hunting, and heroes have tried to use this to their advantage when attempting to slay the beast. And that's absolutely fine as an ending, the final bit that you're going to do. So you could end with some did you know facts, or alternatively I've decided to finish my Snarrett report with a section on conservation. So you don't have a traditional conclusion in non-chronological reports in the way that you do in other types of writing, where you're perhaps bringing it to a close or bringing arguments together. So some non-chronological reports won't have any conclusion whatsoever, and others are a bit more creative in the way that they bring it to a natural close. Now when I've written the conservation section, you'll see why it's quite a good way of ending the writing. It kind of brings everything up to the here and now, makes everything relevant, and makes your audience perhaps think about their part in this. And in that way, this last section is probably a little bit more persuasive than it is informative, but that's absolutely fine. So, conservation. Now obviously we're aware that these creatures live in forested areas, so we're probably looking at deforestation as an issue. Deforestation is posing, passing, try again, posing, see that okay? A real threat to this new species as their, let's make this nice and technical, primary, so their main habitat, their first choice of habitat, is rapidly, okay, this is quite emotive in our choice of words, shrinking. Consumers, the people who buy stuff, need to make careful choices buying sustainable products and avoiding, actually I don't think avoiding strong enough, boycotting, that's not just not using them, it's making a deliberate choice and persuading others to do the same, boycotting products, I've used products twice there, boycotting products that contain palm oil. Just to go off on one for a second, being at home and writing alone does present you with the enormous advantage of being able to say your words out loud as you write them. Because as you'll notice by what I've just done there, suddenly you realise that the words you're putting on the page might not quite work together. I will talk to you a bit more about reading aloud during the editing process, but I think reading aloud as you go is a really strong way of making sure that your writing feels right, that it sounds right. So I was just talking about the fact that I've used products twice there. Need to make careful choices, buying sustainable products and boycotting products that contain palm oil. I could take out products there, take out the noun there and just say buying sustainably. And boycotting products that contain palm oil. That's a bit more concise. And then I'm going to finish, and now you'll see why the conservation section is quite a good one to finish on, because then we can say, and you could do this with your mythical creature as well actually. Conservation one would be a bit weird with a mythical creature because it's not real and there's no potential for it to be real. I know that the hybrid isn't real either. But you could end with something like what I'm about to write here, which is to find out more about how to preserve this phenomenal species go to, and then random website made up, www.stopdeforestationnow.com/Snarret. And there we go. So just to recap, conclusion, either do a did you know type list of bullet pointed facts, or if you are doing the year 6 hybrid creature, you might want to end with your section on conservation and how to kind of take care of that creature. Either way, anyone can end with a to find out more. Okay, this is to find out more about how to preserve. It might just be a to find out more about this and many other fascinating Norse mythological creatures. Go to www.norsemythology.com/creatures. So that gives you a very clear ending. So finish your writing for today, finish that conclusion, and then give it a quick check over, and tomorrow we will read and edit and improve it properly.